Give us a minute. We're live. We in the building, baby. Woo! Thanks for that Sunday. Wait, just call me Nikki, baby. 15-second countdown. Get your drink. Sit your ass down, man. It's about to go down today. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. 2, 1. Yeah. Oh my God. Welcome to J's for Days on Sunday. Nikki, listen, you my first live since like a month and some, I guess a week and a half. I have not been going live, boo.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so thank you, man. Everybody put your hands together and welcome. Just call me Nikki, baby, on James for Days.
Hey, girl.
Oh my God. So it's been a minute since we've seen each other. It's been a minute. Okay, so tell us what's been going on, girl, because I know I've got a lot going on. How you been doing? We got people in the chat already. Yes.
Well,
Everything
everything has been really going really, really well. Just been working. I have my little full-time, well, not little, but I have my full-time job
Okay, that ain't little.
that I'm still working. I'm also doing content creation on the side, and I've also been doing some budgeting on the side as well that has been generating income for me. But yes, that's all that's been going on. Just this content working and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, you know what? One thing I want to say, like, first of all, your job is not little, honey. That is
Right.
a great job. Do you know how many people I know have applied and never got on to the
What?
post office? Yes, the post office is one amazing job to have as a full-time. And
Yes.
so, guys, I want to say thank you. I love the fact that this platform can bring me awesome people like you. Just to name a few, y'all, Nikki is a content producer. I don't call you, I call you a producer because your content is very detailed. You could tell you put the time and effort into it. I also wanted to do, she is a master phenomenon of letting people know how to do Walmart hauls, how to do Shein hauls. Like, she's telling you how to save money. She's also linking links to her TikTok and her Instagram about like ways on how to get these things behind us, how to get these things for a manageable money amount. She's now trailblazing and pioneering, and this is what attracted me more to her because she's been on the channel before. And thank you for coming on and showcasing. But she is trailblazing as a Black woman out of ATL, represent how financial literacy is important while sneaker copping.
Right.
So many people who are in credit card debt from copping sneakers. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just so happy you're here. First of all, you got AJ1K, ATL representing. What's up? We got Yo Keisha in the building. Hey,
Yo,
Keisha. Yes. And of course, Jazz, baby, out of 615 Nashville. Okay, so listen, Nikki, we're not going to waste no time because we got stuff to do after this. What made you, and I know this may be repetitive talk, but whoever's here that haven't heard it, what made you really start being like, okay, I need to push this information about financial management and sneaker copy and whatever to the masses? What was that drive? What happened?
Okay, so in 2019 in July, my mom passed, and she didn't have any life insurance or any savings. And people, my family was looking at me because I'm the one with the good job, supposedly supposed to have some money, put in the bank. But I did not. So it was like a wake-up call for me. And it was like, you know what, I got 2 kids. I don't want them having to, because I had to actually go through my phone, contact people. Hey, do y'all have $20, $100, to help out with the, funeral arrangement?
Funeral expenses. Yeah.
Even in the Black community, they don't even tell you how expensive a funeral is. That's the first time that I ever had to plan that type of stuff and really sit down and know how much all of that stuff is. And to be honest, life insurance is way cheaper than
It really is.
than the planning the whole service. So it was
It's
like a
worth
wake up
it.
call. And I said, you know what? I need to get my finances in order because I am working a job. And not only am I working a good job, I've been working since I was like 15, 16 years old and I didn't have any money saved, like not nothing.
Me
Nothing
too.
to show for it. So I
Too.
get online and I start sharing my journey of me, you know, getting out of debt, paying down these loans. Cause I had everything. I'm gonna be honest. I had a car loan, I had payday loans,
Wow. Me
personal
too.
loans,
Me too.
credit
Yeah.
cards, student loans. I had all of this debt. I was in more debt than my yearly salary. So it was frightening for me.
Well, me too. Me too.
So it was frightening for me. And I was just like, you know what? I got to figure something out. So, of course, I get online like most people do, how to get out of debt, start searching different things, came across Dave Ramsey. And it was like everything else was like history. And then I started following Dave Ramsey plan in 2019. And then when 2020 came, you know, we was in the pandemic and stuff. And then that's when I actually had to figure out my own way because what Dave Ramsey principles were, it was not feasible for me as a single, as a as a, you know, as a mom with kids and things like that. So
That's
me saving
right.
just $1,000 and having only $1,000 in my banking account while paying off debt, and that was it. I was like, like, I need more than $1,000.
Nope, nope.
I need
And
more
listen, I'm
than
gonna tell you this: the debt ratio for our community is the debt for any state in the United States. Let me say that is so high. We're like one of the largest countries with the highest debt.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not trying to put anything bad on ATL because it's like the black LA, you know, it's so much debt that I hear about is in ATL because it's so much in ATL you can buy.
Right.
Like, people are making good money in ATL. So let me ask you this. What if I was a new person tuning into this show, and what kind of things would you offer me? Like, did you start with your credit? Did you start with, okay, I'm about one sneaker this month, but I'm a hold off on next month or the month after? Like, what is your plan on how you maintain good financial management?
So the first thing I did was like I just said, building up that savings fund first. So
Well, how'd you do that?
Well, I sold things on Poshmark, Mercari, eBay during the pandemic, and I paid down the debt. So once you start paying down debt, you start seeing money, honey. So, so once I start paying off my debt,
you start paying money, honey.
So once I start paying down my debt and I actually start seeing money, that's when I actually just sat down and actually, you know, written out a plan. And that's where my budgeting workbook came in handy. And that way I knew how much money do I have coming in? How much money am I pushing out? And what do I have left remaining at the end of the month? And with that money left over at the end of the month, my first priority for me is saving and investing. So I have a portion of that money going towards saving and investing. And then whatever's left over from there, I use that for sneakers. But not only do I just use that for sneakers, I have a detailed list at the, like, say for instance, right now, I would Google 2024 Jordan releases, and I would just look at the list of shoes that's going to be coming out in 2024, and I would write those shoes down, the ones that I actually want, because I'm not going for every single pair that comes out.
Wait a minute, Nikki. That is so genius. I've never thought about that. Wait a minute. So you go to look at the releases for 2024. You write down which ones you're going to cop to put in 2023. You writing the budget of shoes for 2024.
Right.
Okay, keep talking. That is genius. That is genius. That's genius.
So at the beginning of the year, I was writing out shoes that I wanted to cop for this year. And it was about 10 pairs of shoes. And then I would just set money aside accordingly, you know, once I get closer to that date.
I like that.
You know, or however, you know, what was feasible for me. Because not every month is going to be different. And not all the time I'm going to be able to cop the shoes, because I do get it from the sneakers app. So it's a hit or a miss.
Right.
So yeah, that's pretty much what I do. But I also, because I'm in kid sizes, so my shoes gonna be a little bit cheaper sometimes if they do release in kids. But I budget at the highest amount, so I always budget for the men sizes, so that way I know that
you got a little wiggle room.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, a little wiggle room. Okay, so what? First of all, y'all, She's laying it out. Will somebody please be writing this down? I'm glad this is recorded. The Heartbreak Kid, thank you for being here. He actually pioneers women. He said, hit that smash button on both channels. Do that right quick.
Yes.
Take a moment. Go to your YouTube channel. Make sure we live. Make sure we still on yours too. While you check that out, I want to say hi to some people in the chat. Shoe Life Fire. Thank you, boo boo, all the way from Canada. Hello, Shoe Life Fire. We love you, girl. Thanks for dropping in. Yo, Keisha. So she's saying, just call me Nikki, that I love when she says she makes a list of sneakers she wants and budget it in. You got people in the chat loving you. Thank you, the Heartbreak Kid. Smash that like button, y'all, because that helps us stay in their algorithm. So what I want to ask you is this: what made you get to the point where it became a daily, monthly? Is it a monthly thing? Is it a daily budget? Is it a yearly budget? What are we doing throughout the year?
So it's a weekly, but I look at my finance. I check in with my finances weekly, but I budget by paycheck. So everything is pretty much set up on like a yearly type of thing. So at the beginning of the year, or for me, because I do my new year in October, since that's my birthday. So during October, I just list out my financial goals. So if my financial goals like this year was to say $6,500, I'm gonna plan that out by paychecks, because it's easier for me to do it by paychecks. Then yes, and then like I was just saying about the sneakers, I would go ahead and look at the 2024 releases, see which ones I want to cop, and then plan accordingly. And then with those paychecks, I was just, I do everything automated. So my checks are automated. Everything is automated for me. So I have like a little money management system that works. And then only thing I have to like really focus on is my spending with the fun money or the sneaker money.
Okay. So y'all are hearing the breakdown. I know Yo Keisha is saying that because of you encouraged her, that she brought a budget book, and she knows your story from the back of your head. And I'm gonna tell you this: you've encouraged me when I see these posts, because sometimes I feel like I could get out of hand. Like I'm trying to keep up with what's being kept up, because one, okay, I want to be in the algorithm, and two, I want people to see I got it too. One, that credit card, and I've met a lot of people that be like, I don't use a credit card to cop my sneakers. I use my income. And I'm like, okay, I use my credit card because I got a whole nother month to get that large part paid off, and I pay it off.
Right.
Like, I don't cop enough sneakers where I only can put $50 on my credit card. If I'm gonna spend $500 in a month, then I know out my income, I got a budget $500 for that next month to pay it off. Because what does it do to your credit, sis? Tell them about what it does to the credit. For real. You talk about that. I like that.
But yeah, and to be honest, AJ1 Kings, I got to shout out to him, because he's the one who put me onto this to tell me to actually use my credit card instead of my bank card. However, I don't do that anymore, and I'll get to that in a minute. But
okay. Well, you're making me hot, girl. You're making me hot.
But it actually does help your credit score if you use it the right way. So if you're just like how you were saying, if you are buying sneakers with your credit card and then you pay it off at the end of the month or before that statement date closes, you're sure to get a credit score increase, because you're dropping that utilization down. They suggest, the normal is below 30%, but ideal between 5 to 10%. If you can get it down to like 1%, you're doing excellent for what I hear. I'm not at that point yet. That's where I'm trying to get to, because that's where I struggle with. My credit card utilization is high, not because of sneakers, but because I wasn't aware, or I wasn't being told about the statement closing date and then the due date. I was doing it backwards, paying everything during the due date, when really you got to focus on the statement closing date. So that's what messes me up. So now I'm just like, you know what? I'm not doing any credit cards right now until I get the utilization down, because right now I'm like in the 60%, which is extremely high, which is causing my credit score to drop.
Does it depend on the amount of money you have on the credit card, which affects the usage percentage per month? Or is it just that's the usage for whatever amount you got?
This is the utilization overall. So if you have 5 credit cards with with a balance on them, and it's over that 30% range, it's
gonna
drop
get your credit to go down. It's gonna drop it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So AJ1 King has also been a push for you to do this, right?
Yes.
Let me just tell you some stuff that I want to throw in there because you encouraged me to do a little bit of research.
Okay.
And what I found was this. Okay. So Nike revenue for it goes up every year.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry, a lot of people I see online that are pushing sneaker culture has been my people. Like I have seen Asians, I've seen some Caucasians, I've seen other people from different countries that are pushing their content. But in the United States, I feel like the face of it is from a Black community. So out of that, what we buying, Nike just got in 2022 $49.1 billion in US dollars in 2022. In 2023, Nike got 44.3, so there was a little bit of a drop, but in 2023 it went all the way up to $51 billion in revenue, and Jordan brand was the highest paid brand within Nike. So that means our money is feeling these billions of dollars within the Nike community. Can you elaborate on that? How do you feel when you hear that, knowing that you're trying to push us to wake up to managing our money better? What are your thoughts on that? Because that's crazy.
I mean, for me, I feel like it's a good thing because I have Nike stock. So that means if Nike make money, I make money as well. So
tell us about that. What?
Yes.
I need to do that. Talk to me as if you need to educate me on that because I don't do that.
Okay, that's so I'm new to investing as well. I'm not like an expert or anything like that, but I told myself in 2020, along with getting out of debt and things like that, I want to start doing more investing. So I follow what is his name? Wall Street Trapper. I don't know if you're familiar with him, but
let me write that down here.
He's like the Black. He called himself like the Black Wall Street. So basically, what I've learned from him is whatever that you're spending money on or whatever that you're using, that's what you need to invest in. So AT&T, I got that because I got that's my phone service provider. Apple, I have, shares in that. I might not have the whole share because a lot of this stuff has gotten expensive where, I can't put a whole $1,000 over here for one share of Shopify or something like that. But I might have fractional shares of certain things until I work my way up into those full shares. But anything that I use, such as like Target, the Walmart, the AT&T, Apple, Amazon, like all of that, some of them I have shares in, and some of them that's more expensive, I have fractional shares in. Amazon, I think it was last year, did split where it was much affordable. It was like $100 and something where you can get a whole share of Amazon. So I went and caught a couple of pairs of Amazon shares, and I continuously try to put more and more money into all of those shares that I already have.
Where do you buy them at?
I buy them on. You can do it through Cash App. That's where I started. So you can do it through Cash App. You can also. I've used Robinhood. I've used Fidelity, and now I'm looking at using Acorn. So I'm trying to get them to sponsor me. But yeah.
Whoa. Okay. So how much do you think that we should put into our first share, our first stock?
Whatever you can. So I'm not. It's not like I'm putting hundreds of dollars in. I do $50 a pay period. So and that goes towards whatever I want to choose to go to. It may not be, like I said, it may not be going towards a full share that particular time. It may just be going towards a fractional share. But right now, I think the goal is to actually find something that is low in cost that you can have for a long period of time. That way it makes you more money. So for instance, like the Nike stock, it's already like $100 and something. Like I got shares of Nike, but that's like not my focus. I'm focusing more on like what is the world going. I see that we're going more into electric and stuff like electric cars and stuff like that. So I've been putting a lot of my money towards electric car charging stations and things like that, and the electric car batteries, because those are more affordable. We talking about like $19, $20 a pop just to get a full share of those types of things.
No, listen, I like what you explained. It reminds me of when I was meeting with my principal, and she said the same thing. She's 72. She had a financial advisor like yourself tell her to put money into this stock. The trend throughout the years went up and down. Mm-hmm. However, since a certain time, it has peaked up and stayed up. And she said right now, her financial advisor told her that if she wanted to sit on double 6 digits from this stock she invested in 20 something years ago, she could do that at age 72. 6 digits in that comma that she told me about. So, okay, Danny Deshay is also piggybacking on you. She said that I use Fidelity because that's where I get my 401k. Mm-hmm. But she also said this, Nikki, look, if you miss out on a shoe, put that shoe into your portfolio.
Great advice. I agree. That's a good idea. I didn't even think about that. That's a great idea.
I didn't know you could do that. Okay, that's good. Okay, and then she also said this girl is up. You can put up to $6,000 a year tax free into her. She does it in her Fidelity, which is her 401k, and I have that Fidelity too, and so does my husband. So, oh my God.
Yep.
You just encourage so many people on here that don't think about that, because the reality is there was something I read back in some months, and I remember when the girls and I got together, and it was something about most of the people who are copping shoes within our community are between the ages of it said 29 up to in the 40s, but the majority of them have an income that is over $60,000. So, and I'm gonna say this, not to knock my family, but I have family members who are on assistance, and they got way more Jordans than I got. The priority there is a little off, in my opinion, because if you're going to cop sneakers, which is a good investment, I don't know if just being on assistance, where's the priority? So just tell me, Nikki, how do you think we should prioritize our income? Because if I'm on assistance, should I even be engaging in $200 pair of shoes when I'm needing assistance from the government? What are you on that?
Right. I mean, I'm kind of up and down about it. I do how can I put it? I'm all for treating yourself, buying you stuff and things like that, putting money aside to do that type of stuff. Then again, I feel like your collection shouldn't be, like this,
right?
Or anything like that, because I once was on assistance as
Me
well.
Too.
I
wasn't copping shoes.
I didn't have any of these because that wasn't on my mind. Just like how you were saying, that wasn't on my mind. What was on my mind is getting out of the hood, trying to get somewhere else and build my savings and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm kind of like I'm all for taking care of yourself and getting you something that you like or whatever. But yes, I see a lot of people as well that that are on assistance, and collection is way bigger than mine. But I'm not here to knock nobody down or
me neither. I just wanted to know your thoughts, because again, there's always political reviews on the sneaker culture. There's always an understatement about why we cop sneakers. Like one person at work told me, I'm throwing away money. Yeah, they walk around in Vans. And I'm like, okay, well, no, I'm not throwing away money, because I could resell this sneaker if I wanted to and make either more or the same profit or even less. I don't care. It's a fact. It's a fact of getting money back. Right. But the problem, what I do is that I get the money back and then I go put it in a bank account and then I cop another pair with that money. What I should be doing is putting it into a stock. I never even thought about that. Yeah. So how's your credit been with what you've been doing? How's your credit going? Because I know it's going, man. You want it.
my credit has been up and down, but I wanted to piggyback off of what you were just saying on the previous, what we were just talking about people saying that you're throwing away money and stuff like that. Because
they always say that to me. They don't get it.
I get that all the time too. I don't know if y'all be reading the comments when I do these videos with these containers. I get that all the time, and what I say is because we all are spending money, whether it's on shoes, whether you're spending money on your car payment, whether you're spending a whole lot of money on, smoking weed or whatever you're doing, whatever it is that you are doing, it's the same money. It's money. Right. But so I just feel like I just tell people we all have our own little things. Sneakers just so happen to be my thing. My sister, she like vapes and stuff like that. That's her thing, so everybody has their own little thing that they want to spend money on. So that's just that on that. But how's my credit going? My credit has been going up and down, honey, because like I was just saying,
me too.
in May my credit score dropped 36 points, and I was depressed. I'm not even gonna lie. I stopped posting for about a week because I was doing so good with it going up, and when it drops, it drops all the way
back. I know.
And when it goes back up, it only goes up 13 points, 3 points here, 2 points there. So that's where I'm at with it. But this month it did well. So far it went back up 3 points or whatnot. And what I'm doing now, like I said before, is just focusing on getting the utilization down, because that's what's really hurting my score, because I was still using my credit cards back in May. I was using credit cards for food and expenses because I get a higher percent of cash back rewards. So I get 2% cash back on the food and gas, and then 1% on everything else. So I was still using them, but I wasn't familiar with the statement closing date. So I have to be really careful with watching that statement closing day. But so now I just pay them down. I just have like one subscription on each one of them so it won't close, and that's just what I'm just doing now. But I have seen an increase this month so far.
Yeah, and you know what, I think that's pretty typical in the summer months because people are out spending money. I bet you are not the only one. If somebody actually looked at those numbers in the summer months for people credit, I'm sure it dropped. Everybody is out. Everybody's vacationing. School is out. And some reason Nike love putting the greatest cops out in the summertime because for a minute there was nothing dropping. And
right.
Big boom. UNC, Jordan 1 OGs, UNC meets Shot. And then they got the other one that's just dropped. So all of a sudden it was like bam, 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 bam. Everybody just swiping, just getting it like, I want that shoe. So you're not the only one, but I commend you for putting that out there because
most definitely
that nice display behind you and don't realize that there was a lot of brain management that came into making that background what it is.
Right.
So talk us through that. You have a lot of shoes. You have a lot of investments behind you. How do you get this display in the back? You got these things. These things are very expensive. You know where I got these from? Off Facebook Marketplace. A little girl was selling them. She gave me, I think, 12 because I got some on the other side of me for $10.
Oh wow! You got
my own in boxes above my head right now. But tell us about that. What's up with that background? Because that costs money.
Oh, this costs a lot of money. But these containers are from the Container Store. If anybody's familiar with the Container Store, they are expensive. What I usually do with my containers, I budget for them quarterly. So I don't buy them every single month. I don't buy them really even quarterly anymore. But just like I was stating before about planning out the sneakers, you can plan out the containers as well. So what I've learned about the Container Store is that near the holidays, they be having sale. So I wait for the holiday to come around, get that 20% discount. So instead of me spending $60 on a container, I may be spending maybe $50 or $48 or somewhere around there for some containers. And then I just go ahead and cop maybe 2 or 3 at a time because I already know that I'm gonna be getting 10 more pairs of shoes. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these containers and put them out, get them out the way, and I just leave them open until I can get the shoe that I want.
Ah, I see one open back there.
Oh, well, that one right there is the one because I got on shoes now, but I have 3 open at the bottom.
I said, "Oh, Nikki is preparing something." No, I love the way you say that because I want to do this for me and for my kids. And let me go to one of the comments. I like how Nikki Pooh just piggybacked on you. Wait, hold on. The heartbreak is funny. Outside is expensive on break. Like, and I know New York is. I would be broke in New York because New York is like fashion capital of the world at this point. But Nikki Pooh says the same thing, keeping that 30% utilization down because you're gonna get that negative mark. That's why it's the point of this episode tonight is to talk about it. We got people in here that probably thinking like, oh wow, okay, I never knew about that. That's the reason for tonight. Thank you, Nikki Pooh. The Heartbreak Kid. Yeah, container store boxes are serious. I feel your pain. Danny, I know you have a lot as well. Danny does have a lot of container boxes. And I'm glad you touched on that, Nikki. So do you buy a big bulk or do you just buy a certain amount during that budgeting time? I'm sorry, did I miss it? How do you go about it? Because I'm taking notes myself. I need more of these.
So
I need to budget them. I'm not trying to go out there and get broke off containers.
Right. So you could actually go in the store and purchase one if you want to. You can go in the store and I think they come in a set of maybe 4 or maybe 2. I'm not sure, but I get the set of 6. So the boxes that I get comes in a set of 6 and it runs you about $54.99, $60, or whatever. And like I said, I usually get 2 or 3 at a time. And I just do that quarterly.
Oh, I like that. Okay. Because when you're looking at all them sneakers, I don't know about anybody out there, but I do feel the pressure to want backgrounds like how I see them.
Yeah.
Because you look at numbers and you're like, wow, they getting to tune in because they have all that in the background. But then I also think at this age, in my 40s, my credit is too much more important. Like it is too much more important for me to be trying to keep up. But we have a lot of young kids who do that. Okay, another thing is, did you know the original endorsees for Jordan was? Oh, I should ask the audience. I should ask the audience. Audience, comment down below. Who are the original 5 Team Jordan endorsees? The original 5. So these 5, Nikki, pretty much have put Nike in this $1 billion business.
Wow. I don't even know
because of their endorses. So what? Comment down below who the original 5. We're gonna keep going. Just call me Nikki. We're gonna keep going. Okay, so another question that I want to ask you is how do you get this pushed into the community? What are your 2023 goals with financial literacy within sneaker culture for the community?
So now what I've started to do, I just started to bring my budgeting journey or my debt-free journey, and I'm just pushing it over on Instagram. I do a lot of this already on TikTok and on my YouTube channel, but on Instagram, because, all of this algorithm stuff, on Instagram, it's a little bit more strict because they only focus on one thing at a time. But I feel like a lot of people have been coming to me about these sneakers and about these containers. And I feel like I would be doing them a disservice if I didn't share exactly how I'm actually going about doing it, because I don't want nobody, like you was just saying, going in debt, going in credit card debt and just maxing out everything, going broke and just having, these containers of these shoes. So what I'm trying to do, or what I'm going to be doing, is just basically the content that I'm pushing on Instagram, maybe in my caption or something like that, I would talk about, how I budget for the sneakers, or how I paying off credit cards, or how I'm using my budget workbook to, track my finances or track my expenses and things like that. So more so it's gonna be, the post is gonna be, grabbing your attention because it's shoes. They grab everybody's attention. When you post shoes,
Yeah, they do.
It grabs everybody's attention. So what I want to do is I want to grab your attention, and I want to make you read the caption down below so you can get an understanding that I'm not just out here buying sneakers. And not only just that, now these sneakers is making me money. So when you see me posting my outfits and I'm tagging my links and adding my links and things like that, when people go over and click those links and purchase those items from me, I make money from those things. So not only am I yes, I'm buying shoes, but majority of the time I make this money back by just sharing my outfits of the days.
Wow. So let me ask you, first of all, that's real smart. And I wish I had the time to do that stuff, man. Wow, like that is very smart, because people don't realize that a lot of times when people are pushing that content out, it is to ultimately make money, as you should, because of all the effort that goes into making that content. That stuff is not easy. But let me ask you this, is it worth it? Is it worth creating that content to make money from the content?
I would say no from the content, but yes from my budgeting stuff, because I make more money with my budgeting stuff than I do with my fashion stuff, because I feel like sometimes I don't really put the link out there, but I gotta start back doing that type of stuff, because I don't really push it like how I should. But it is people out there making 6 figures just from sharing their outfits of the days. I'm not that heavy on it like that. Which, like I just
said, it is worth it.
It is worth it as far as having your own product. Because with me sharing my outfits, I'm only getting a commission. But with me pushing my own product, I'm getting all of that profit. So with my budgeting workbook, I get all of that profit compared to somebody buying an outfit and I'm only getting $5 from an outfit, things like that. It's not really, it's not really worth it if you asking that question like that. But if I was to do more of that, more pushing, because I try not to like just keep selling on my page. Like I don't sell on my page every day. I'm not that type of person, but some people have pages do that.
Yeah, you do have to sell. And then it's just whatever. It's the money you make. It's the money you make because of the money that you're spending. Wow, Nikki, that Heartbreak Kid, I agree with you. That is so creative. Everything that she's saying to us is creative. I really do got to get better with sitting down and getting more involved in them stocks.
Yes.
I don't know why. And you said I could do it through Cash App. I could do it through, Danny said I could do it through Fidelity. My mindset today is like, okay, I got to get better with that, because I am pushing out a lot of money.
Right.
And that's not including like the other decor.
Right.
Like background. You know what I'm saying? Like the other stuff, the plaques, the artwork, the TV behind you. Like there's so many other accessories that go into this sneaker culture. Nobody commented down below, so they don't know the 5 people. Ain't that something, Nick? Okay, well, let me tell them what they're called Team Jordan. Ray Allen, number 1. Ben Baker of the Milwaukee Bucks. And I went and looked at some Baker shoes. Have you ever saw them shoes before? They are super weird looking. Check out them Baker shoes. I saw a pair on eBay for like $500 some. Like I was like, I'm not reaching back to those. Eddie Jones of the LA, I think that was LA. Oh, I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna let somebody else figure that out. Derek Anderson of the Cleveland Cavaliers, and Michael Tinley of the Dallas Mavericks. And they are a big reason why Nike is sitting at that $1 billion, because of their endorsements have made hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars within the Nike community. That's crazy. That's crazy. So we're gonna get ready to wrap up, y'all, because this is great. What are some things that I didn't touch on that you want to talk to us about? Because I'm walking away with, this is my takeaway. I gotta be more educated in stocks. As far as what Danny said, I gotta see with my retirement, because I got that. I ain't messing with that. I need to be able to cop some sneakers in my 60s, man. And then you can claim that shoe on your portfolio if you miss it. Let me go back to her comment. She said it. She said that if you miss out on that shoe, you can put that shoe. Oh, what is that? Okay, hold on.
I'm thinking she's saying that use that money and put that money in the on the stock.
Ah, is that what she's saying? Okay, that makes sense too. That makes sense too. Where is it at? I can't even find the comment.
Because to be honest, the stock is cheaper than the shoe.
That's very true. That is very true.
I mean, I haven't looked at it lately, but
I didn't. Yeah, Jazz is saying I didn't know that either. Okay, there's so many comments. I love the way they came in, but I like that. So that's my takeaway. More stocks. And wait a minute, hold on, Nikki. Don't leave. Guys, I'm sorry, don't leave yet. I gotta show this because we don't know this is out there. Okay, Nikki pretty much put me in a mindset to go search for scholarships. Is Nike giving these kids scholarships? Because they said Jordan said that he's gonna endorse $100,000. Is it $100,000? I think, into the Black community, the socioeconomic community. So I went on the research. Where is it going? Guess what? Nike has a scholarship out there for historical Black colleges, and it is called the Jordan Brand Wings Scholarship, and they encourage juniors and seniors to apply for this full ride scholarship in university in the United States.
Yeah.
So I'm about to show this video. When I tell you, this literally was like, why isn't the school counselors talking about this? Why haven't the school counselors approach kids of color about this scholarship? Why is this scholarship only known to certain kids? Because I wouldn't have known that. As many Jordans as I've bought my senior, who is about to go to college. I know 313 is another mom who just sent her son off to college. Nike has a scholarship out there, y'all. Watch this video, Nikki. Hold on, let me share it. Because this is phenomenal. I know you got one coming up, that could benefit from this. Morehouse College. Spike Lee is trailblazing it down in Atlanta for Morehouse, Clark Atlanta, and he's funding the journalism programs because he said it's not enough Black people in journalism. So Spike Lee loving your city, girl. A lot of kids are coming from your city about this thing. Okay, so hold on. Let me pull it up. Let me get it going because I get excited. Okay, watch this. This is really cool.
The Jordan Brand Wings mission is to empower youth and level the playing field through education, mentorship, and access. To the class of 2024 Jordan Brand Wings scholars, in this uncertain time, facing such extraordinary circumstances, embrace optimism, exercise curiosity, be fearless.
I'm determined to be great, to let my authenticity shine through.
Inspire us to be the greatest, then give back.
Wings aren't only meant for birds or planes, they're meant for minds, and my potential lies somewhere beyond infinity.
Make change in your neighborhood. Unite your community and the world.
You guys have been chosen as the Jordan Wings Scholars.
Stay positive and forever changed again. Congratulations, class of 2024 Jordan Brand Wings Scholars. Welcome to the family.
Thank you so much.
This opportunity means the entire world to me.
I just want to say thank you so much. So much. Like, this is like life-changing. Like, this is so personal. This is about development. Like, this is about growth. This is about giving people a chance. And I think this is like the greatest thing that anybody can ever do to a person.
Yes. Right. Oh my God.
That is so okay. Let me stop sharing. Girl, that is so crazy. Nobody even knew about that scholarship. So I said, I got to share this on the page.
Yeah.
So anybody who's on here, and I saw some older people, I don't go and look into this scholarship. I think it's geared a lot towards HBCU. I know Howard University is also one of them, and it's $100 million that Jordan has put in for the next 10 years.
Wow.
So Jordan is doing his thing with his community. We don't know though, because
yeah.
talking about it. So,
Yep.
oh my God, everybody, hold on. Let me look at the comments before I start wrapping up. Okay, so watch that money. Try not to pay resale too much. Key to the City, you mentioned that at the top, and I'm sorry I couldn't go back up and find it, but he's right. Resale will get you caught up in that web as well. Danny, everyone has a vice, but as long as your bills are paid, your portfolio is looking right, you can budget for things you want to indulge in. Wow, man. A round of applause for Nikki and everybody in the chat, man. Thank y'all so much. And listen, before we wrap up, one thing, hit that smash button on both channels. If y'all not following Nikki, please go follow her. Let me pull up her stuff again so y'all can see her name. She is trailblazing. She is a God sent to me. So thank you for pushing this because it's needed. And we need to talk about it as a community. We as a community are strong people. We've been strong for years. You sitting in ATL's rich history, man. It's so rich down there with history. So thank you. Do you want to tell the audience anything? I want to give somebody some flowers and then we're going to close out. You want to tell the audience anything before we get ready to close?
Well, first of all, it's okay to spend money. I feel like you should be doing mindful spending. That's what I'm working on this month. So let's just do more of the mindful spending and not just spending just to be spending. Because I know we can get caught up on social media and we can start pulling out our credit card and buying things. But let's just start to focus on our finances and do more of the mindful spending.
Oh, I like that. And thank you for acknowledging what I already wanted to do was that. But I felt something in my ego because I went copping. I'm seeing all these posts and I'm like, oh, he posted and copied too. So thank you, because you just reminded me it's okay to do what I'm doing.
It is.
It's okay to be a mindful spender. You're amazing. Okay, so wait, here we go. Okay, everybody's giving you flowers. While I didn't know that. Okay, there we go. Okay, listen to this, Nikki. Then we're gonna wrap up because you gotta hear this, boo. Howard White. Do you know who he is?
Howard White?
Yes. This is not a school question because I didn't know who he was until today. Howard White is the grandfather of the Jordan brand. Did you see the movie Air?
Not yet. No.
Okay. Chris Tucker played Howard White in the movie.
Okay.
But they didn't talk about him enough, so I wanted to give him his flowers. He is the longest standing tenured the only African-American longest standing executive in the tenured type of level at the Nike brand. He's coined the Godfather because he was sitting in the room when the conversation first emerged with the mom, the dad, and Michael Jordan. Most people don't know about him, so I wanted to give him his flowers on your channel and mine. He is the longest African-American executive in the Nike history. He is called the Godfather of the Jordan brand. He just had them Jordan 2 H-Wings release in honor of what he has done for the Nike brand. Shout out to Howard White, man, doing his thing for many years.
Wow.
Right. So we got one
yes
as the longest standing African American in the Nike industry. Salute to you, Howard White, man. Howard White. Okay, that being said. Follow us both, man. And Nikki, when I come to ATL this October, please God, let the budget be right to let me go meet. We gonna link, boo.
Yes. Yes.
All right, boo. I'll see you later, and thank you. And you have a good old Sunday.
All right, you too.
All right, bye. Bye, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Peace out.